Hello, Tottenham fans. Welcome back to another episode of YouTubers React, a show where I get other YouTubers from the Tottenham world to give me their thoughts and views on today's game. Now, warning before I even put these guys on, it's not going to be happy. Nobody's going to be saying anything positive today. There's no positives to take from this today. But big up to those guys that are coming on today, because it's not easy talking about Spurs or even making these channels or even, coming on to these kind of channels when you lose, because you've got so much emotion, so much hurt, so much pain, and you've still got to talk about Spurs. So big up to the guys for coming on today. Is very much appreciated. First of all, I'm going to give you my views and then I'll bring the boys on after. It was horrendous today. I've lost all optimism for this season now. I tried so hard to get behind the boys. I'm a really positive Tottenham fan, and sometimes I'm too positive, and a lot of people try to bring me back down to earth, and I don't blame them. It's just the way I am. I like to just try to see the good in the bad sometimes. It's what I am like in life as well. I always try to see the positives, but today I am not going to try to defend this whatsoever. It was horrendous. It was shambolic. The passing was absolutely Sunday league level. They couldn't pass it to each other. It was like this the first time they've played on the same pitch together. The duel winning was absolutely horrendous. Second balls, they couldn't win the second balls. Head was down all the time. The body language was pathetic, especially when we let in that second goal. It was pathetic. There was no fight, no heart, nobody fighting for the badge, no leaders, no captains, nothing. I'm trying to find it very hard not to swear right now. I'm trying my best because I don't feel like I should be ranting and raving, but what positives can you take? Let's go through the goals. Now, people are saying that was Archie Gray's fault and not Vicario's. And some people are saying it's not Vicario's fault, it's Archie Gray's fault. I'm going to tell you now, it's both of their fault, but majority Vicario, because Vicario's played it out to, right, Gray's called for it. Let's just get that straight. Gray's called for it and said, I want it at feet. And as he's run, Vicario delayed his pass first. He should have played it as soon as Archie Gray asked for it. Vicario played it and gave the striker enough time to come on and get, or the midfielder to come and close Archie Gray down. First of all, Vicario saw the guy closing Archie Gray down and still passed it to him. Second of all, Gray shouldn't have took a touch. He should have just played it straight out to Romero. And thirdly, why is Gray calling for it in the first place? Like, why? Like, Forest were really high up, really high pressing. The goalie should have took control of that situation and just hoofed it up the field. He knew that would have caused problems. His ball playing out the back is absolutely horrendous. I'm going to give you a few stats from today's game as well. No, not just from today's game, but from our season. And this is why it's getting really, really, really hard now to be positive or try to get behind what's happening. Let me just start with this stat first. This is the Vicario stats. And this stat is really going to shock you, I promise you. It shocked me, and I did not realize how bad things were. Last Word on Spurs posted today on Twitter. Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario has been at fault for 72% of Spurs goals conceded in the Premier League this season. 72%. That's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Let's go to the other one. This stat. 16th for shots. Tottenham's stats this season. 16th for shots. 17th for shots on target. 17th for XG. 17th for shot creating actions. 17th for points earned at home. Most errors leading to a goal. 5. That is absolutely insane. That's relegation form. That's absolute relegation form. It really is. What about this one? 11th game out of 16 in the Premier League where Spurs haven't been able to even reach 1 XG. That's embarrassing. That's a bottom 3 side stat. If you didn't tell me that was Spurs, I would have thought that was Wolves or something. But look at that. That's absolutely insane. Next one. Tottenham have picked up just 22 points across their opening 16 Premier League games this season. Their fewest since 2008-2009. So when everybody was shouting, Ange out, he's rubbish, he's crap. That's the worst start we've had in the first 16 games, including Ange's reign. So Frank's come in, spent 100 million, and all of a sudden, we look even worse. Now, I'm not saying sack Frank, because I don't believe that sacking the manager is going to make a slightest bit of difference. Whoever comes in is still going to have the same players, going to have the same problems, the same inconsistency, the same players that don't have the same heart. Where do we go from here? It's horrendous. Where do we go from here? I can't get behind it. I hate making these videos. I was this close to just closing this channel down and saying fuck it, because why should we all keep coming on here trying to, build people up, trying to build Spurs up, trying to make people feel good to support their team, try and make them feel good to support Spurs? And Spurs players and managers, whoever, turn up with that crap every single time. I thought we turned a corner. I had so much belief. I really did. I thought, all the players started clicking. I thought, we had 2 wins in the bounce. We had a good away draw against Newcastle. I thought things were turning. And then we've just gone back to the old ways again already. Like, we didn't even put up a fight today. It was horrendous. I'm going to stop talking because I am too overworked for this. And it's been a few hours since I've finished watching it, and I'm still fuming. I still am. I don't believe we should sack Frank. I see I'm calling him Ange now. I don't believe we could sack Frange. No, I've called him 2 different managers at once. See, I'm losing my marbles. Okay, well, I'm just going to bring someone else on because I'm talking rubbish now. But the next guy that's coming on is, let me get out the way here. Next guy's coming on is Nigel. He's got his own channel called Pure Coys. Absolute top bloke. Really appreciate him coming on because it's not easy, like I said, when Spurs lose. But listen to what Nigel has to say. He speaks with a little bit more sense than I do because I'm too emotional at the moment.
Hey Alan, Nigel from Pure Coys TV. Another one of these and another depressing day for a Spurs fan, for all of us Spurs fans. Today was probably the worst performance of the season, I'd say, and there's been quite a few. But today, there just felt like there was something not there. And for me, that was effort. Absolutely no effort whatsoever from these players. And I can't put my finger on why. We've come off the back of 3 decent results, a great draw against Newcastle, and then 2 home wins. Everyone thinking that momentum was building. We turned a corner at home. And we get fed that today. A performance at Forest where, to the fans, it meant something. Yeah, to the fans, it meant something. With what happened in the summer with Marinakis, with Morgan Gibbs-White, kind of felt like we owed Forest one. And clearly the players didn't. Clearly the players didn't care because, to a man, I've got to say, the worst performance of the season. Nobody seemed to care. I've got to say, I feel a bit sorry for Gray. You know what? He's a young kid. I don't think it was the best ball into him from Vicario. He should have done better, but the blame's certainly not on him. I think Vicario had a stinker today. Again, he's one I'd be looking to replace in the summer. But listen, I could go through that entire team and I could say today, not good enough. Even Van der Ven, that I absolutely love. Today, he was sloppy on the ball, gave the ball away a couple of times. Spence looked like he still wanted to play for Nottingham Forest. Some of the players were just, it was almost like they just didn't want to know. They were not trying. Kudus, who's usually really good, his final ball awful. A lot of the time he was jogging around, wasn't really putting the effort in. Same with Spence, didn't look interested. Xavi Simons got knocked off the ball easy, his passing was terrible. Everyone, it's hard to pick any positive out of today's game. So I will leave it there because I'm not quite sure what to say, mate. It was that bad today. An awful performance. I'm not sure where we go from here. I don't think the players are good enough. I'm not sure if the manager's good enough either. It's one of those we're just going to have to let it play out and see what happens. Guys, I'm sorry. That was just really depressing, I know. I want Spurs to be great, but currently, at the moment, we're not. Guys, please like, please subscribe to Alan's channel as well. I really would appreciate it. Try to have a good rest of Sunday. It's nearly Christmas after all. Have a great week. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
That was Nigel from Pure Coys, a lot more calmer than I am, I suppose. He has got a sensible head on his shoulders, and he is right. The only positive we can take from this, as it is nearly Christmas, that's the only positive we can take. The next up, I have got, oh yeah, by the way, please subscribe to Nigel from Pure Coys as well. I'll leave a link to his video in the description below. Just give that a click and it'll take you straight to his channel. Now, the next guy I've got up is another good friend of mine, Luke from Spotlight on Spurs. You may have seen him a few times on Last Word on Spurs. He's a regular on there now. Top bloke. Really appreciate it. He's a busy guy today as well. And I'm just going to let you listen to what he has to say now.
What's up, guys? Luke here from Spotlight on Spurs, and a big shout out to Alan from Tottenham Logic TV for asking me to come on to give my opinion on yet another terrible performance from Tottenham Hotspur. This one will be short because there's very little that can be said, and I'm sure all Spurs fans are thinking exactly the same thing. Disgraceful performance from the players. The effort was not there. The passion, the heart, the respect for the fans, everything was just completely not there today. The fact it took 77 minutes before we see an attacking substitution and that front three staying on the pitch until that point when we never looked like scoring was a joke. As soon as we went 2 down, I'm not pretending I knew anything that anyone else didn't, but there was absolutely no chance we was going to get back into that game. Just a lack of absolutely everything, lack of fight. In the last few minutes, the way they were popping that ball around and we were just letting them do it is just ridiculous, and it needs to change, and it needs to change quickly. Frank has got a lot of work to do, and so have the players, because some of them today were just absolutely disgraceful. More mistakes. It is so frustrating to be so easy to play against every single game. We don't get beat by star quality. We don't get beat by a bit of brilliance. We don't get beat because teams have come and worked really hard and ground it out and beat us. We get beat with people just literally turning up, giving half-hearted performances and still walking away with 3 points against us. It's not good enough. It's certainly not good enough. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest with you. I'm sure everyone else will be a little bit the same. Just such a poor performance after back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets, and a bit of a confidence boost. It needs to change, and it needs to change quick. Make sure you like, subscribe to all the channels in the video, and as always, come on, you Spurs.
Thank you for that, Luke. Really appreciate it. I know you're a busy lad. That was Luke from Spotlight on Spurs. If you like what he has to say, I'll leave a link in the description below of his channel. Give it a click, give him a follow, give him a subscribe, all that good stuff. Good lads coming on here. Like I said, it's very hard to even want to speak after that, but we've got a job to do, and you guys need a place to rant to, and I'll be in the comment section with you. And I know a lot of people are going to be taking a piss out of me because I was too positive. I was saying we've got a chance of winning the next 6 games. The first game comes up, we get battered, and my whole thought process is completely changed. I've completely lost all my ambition for this season now. We could have a couple of good games, but I'm not confident now that we can put a run of games together. And that's what you need to do in this league, because you lose a couple of games, you could be in bottom 5. You win a couple of games, you could be in the top 5. And I just don't believe that we can put a run of games together. I believed it a couple of days ago because we went 3 games unbeaten, winning 2 of them, a hard game away at Newcastle. But it's just gone back to square one again. Now, people are saying, is it the manager? Is it the players? Well, we've had manager after manager after manager after manager, and nothing seems to change. When last season, when everybody was telling me that we need to sack the manager, and he ended up winning a trophy because he ignored absolutely everyone and just went on and won a trophy. I can't see Frank doing that this year. So what's going to protect Frank this year from being sacked? And that's the problem. If we sack him, nothing will change. I think the next guy will come in. He might start off okay. He might have a new manager bounce. But in a 6 months' time, if things start going wrong, what's going to happen? Everyone's going to call for his head too. It needs to change from the top. We need to start buying top quality players. Luke was right. Teams are just turning up against us. All they have to do is show a bit of physicality and we crumble. We have no physical ability in our side. And if you look at the Premier League now, they're filled with physical teams and we struggle with every single one of them. Something needs to change. I don't know what needs to change. I don't know how we're going to change it, but it needs to change. If you guys let me know in the comments what you thought of today's video, let me know what you thought of today's game. Have you got any positives? Because I certainly haven't. Thank you for watching, and come on, you Spurs.